just said quickly that I want to slow down and go back over so everybody understands. We understood that there was and may still be a rate on the dinar at banks. And I've heard what it is. I haven't seen 10, but I've seen a little over 9 at the banks. Now, we also heard that we know that there is a contract rate at the redemption centers that is not available at the banks and never will be. The redemption centers has a deal that President Trump put in place so that dinar holders could get a very high value. And I mentioned that it was approximately 9 times higher than the bank rate that was out there as of Tuesday. And that was around 10. And I said, the rate that we know, and it was a little bit over 9 times that rate at the redemption center. Now, you guys know I'm not really supposed to talk much about rates, and I don't usually do it. But in this case, I wanted to clarify the reason to use the toll-free number when we get it and call to set up your appointment for the redemption center, even if all you have is dinar. I mean, you could have dinar, you could have dong, you might have zim, you might have rupiah, you might have afghani, you might have bolivar, which is Venezuelan, Bolivar, named after Simon Bolivar, I think. And I just think, you're going to be so much better off with the rates. And I know right now we've got the Forex not showing the dinar as of today. Now, today is Thursday. We're hearing it's supposed to adjust on Sunday when the Forex reopens again after being closed for 48 hours to settle accounts. So in other words, tomorrow at about 5, the Forex shuts down for 48 hours, comes back up Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern. And that's been the way it's happened for a long time, many years. So it's a way for them to settle accounts during that time. But we're understanding from our sources that we're going to have a new rate on the dinar after the Forex reopens Sunday evening. Okay, good. That's good. We want that. We probably won't know about it until Monday, and it would be reflected somewhat at banks. They'll have a rate, and redemption centers will have a rate. And just a normal front screen rate. So I don't really concern myself too much with the front screen rate at the redemption center on dinar, because I know I've got a contract rate that they're going to offer me, and if they don't offer it to me, I can politely ask them for it. And they're supposed to give it to us, even if we're ZIM holders. Okay? And I know the ZIM is going to dwarf the dinar unless you've got a semi-trailer full. Okay? And it will. It will do that, absolutely. But here's the thing. President Trump wants you to get the most that you can for your currency. Now, let's talk about something else about currencies. Or let's talk about President Trump for a second. Today, he instituted, again, the national fitness test to come back into play in schools. And I don't remember ever having taken that when I was in elementary or junior high or high school, but it was probably a thing, but somehow we didn't do it. I knew I could do at least 14 pull-ups. I know that. And I could climb the rope. I could run the 50-yard dash. That's part of it. What else? They probably got a number of different. They have a mile run. Yeah, we did that. I remember doing all that, but I just thought it was part of PE. I didn't get a certificate for it or a participation ribbon for participating in it, but that he's reinstituting that, and that's fantastic. We need to get physically strong, physically fit again. I mean, Sue is the most fit person I know. And I'm going to catch up to her. I got a long way to go, but I'll catch up to her, I think. Maybe I'll never catch her. But I'm going to have fun trying. And tennis is a thing. She plays, I play, other people I know play. And so it's going to be really good. That's a great sport, by the way. It takes a while to master it. But once you get there, it's excellent. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so I'm really excited that President Trump has put that back in play. It's very smart. And it goes along really well with the nutrition and with proper diet, exercise, and sleep. All of that's super important as to create a healthy lifestyle. So beyond that, I wanted to talk about what else might have been said that wasn't properly understood. I'm trying to think of what it was, and I can't think of it right now. Sue, if you're listening and you can think of the other thing that I might have glossed over, unless I get a revelation of it, I'm not sure what it was. But there was something Sue and I talked about earlier today that maybe I should redress. I can't quite think of it. So let's go to this way in the meantime. You guys know that I said a week or so ago, I get nervous when we get closer to the end of the month. You know, I said on Tuesday, we were looking to get notified today or tomorrow, I believe. And, you know, we're right smack against, here we are on Thursday, the 31st, the last day of July. And you know what? We don't have numbers. But we realized, remember, guys, I said something about a major meeting that was held, and it had a lot of the key people involved, and the people were going to be, we thought they'd be done by Tuesday night. That was true. And then we also heard that from the meeting came a timeline that I think we can go with. Now, my goal in getting intel out to you guys is to try to give you the best, most accurate intel that I'm receiving from usually 2, 3, or more sources. And some of it agrees and some of it disagrees slightly. But I think we're pretty much on the same page now, because we do have contacts too that are working with Treasury and with the Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent, or Bessent as I like to call him, Scott Bessent. And they've determined that we're getting started. Remember I talked about the first being tomorrow, Friday. We're supposed to get notifications sometime between tomorrow and Monday morning, with exchanges beginning Monday afternoon. Now, Monday is the 4th of August. Tomorrow's the 1st. So we could get notified. My gut is it won't be tomorrow, but I think it will be over the weekend. And it might not be till Sunday night or Monday morning. So don't despair if you don't get a notification by then. But I'm told that we should start the exchanges Monday afternoon. In other words, we get the number, we call the call center to set up our appointment starting Monday afternoon, and then go through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day that you can find a time slot to go ahead and get your exchange done. Okay? That's what we've heard today from more than one or two sources that appear to be on the money. The other thing is that's really important for us that President Trump talked about yesterday and today was the possibility of a tariff rebate. Now, previously, I referred to this as a Doge check. But the President Trump has retermed it tariff rebate check. Tariff rebate check. Now, my understanding, and it may still hold up, people that are on Social Security in the age group of 62 and above, some people are on as early as 62, taking their Social Security benefits early. So from 62 and above, if you're on Social Security now, you will get, my understanding is you'll be getting this tariff rebate check, quote unquote, as a direct deposit into your bank account where you receive your social. Okay? So let's see how that happens. And that is supposed to start tomorrow the 1st, Saturday the 2nd, and Sunday the 3rd. And it's based on age. The oldest get it first. It might also be alphabetical in terms of the first letter of your last name being early in the alphabet, or middle of the alphabet, or end of the alphabet. So we're going to see that. I mean, that could change. That is fluid. And it may have to do with the last 4 digits of your Social Security number, which I don't know how that's going to enter in. But point is, they're planning to put those out as direct deposits Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, in addition to that, let's say you're 60 or whatever, and you're not on Social Security yet, or you're 50 or 55 and you're not on social. What are they going to do for you? And you're going to start at the ripe young age of 28. 28-year-olds and above are supposed to be able to receive this tariff rebate check. in a certified letter that is delivered to you where you reside, and you'll get this and have to prove up that with photo ID who you are and that you're a U.S. citizen. These are not for non-citizens. These are for U.S. citizens. Okay? So that's going to go out also starting tomorrow by certified check, certified mail, where you sign for it, but you got to pony up ID to show that you're a citizen and that you live at that address before you get the envelope with the check. And so they should be U.S. Treasury checks, and they've already been printed. They've already got them ready to go. And so that's going to theoretically start tomorrow. Now, the fact that President Trump said he might or they might put out these, that's a pretty good indicator they're done. He's got it going. It's coming out. I've heard from several sources that it's supposed to start tomorrow. And it's supposed to end Sunday. I don't know. They may deliver on Sunday for all I know. So we'll see. We'll see. But that's going to be exciting. And these are checks, some of which, the larger ones for the older folks, are substantial. I mean, they're really, really supposed to be really something. And maybe 28 to 30-year-olds might not be that high, but everybody's going to enjoy that. All right. That's your so-called Doge payments are really now known as tariff rebate checks. And in the case of Social Security recipients that are currently on Social Security, tariff rebate direct deposits is what I'm hearing. So we'll see. We'll see how they come out. All right, let's see what else. Sue, did you ever get in? Okay. I'm not quite sure what the other point I wanted to remake. Can't really bring it up right this minute, but I wanted you guys to realize the benefit of using the Redemption Center. Now, I know this much. We heard this today, that they are waiting to get the value or the rate on the dong up another $1 or $1.25 from where it is now. And that's something we can look forward to. Should be a really good deal. It should be great. And I think we're going to be pretty happy with the rates that we see at the redemption centers. Obviously, the ZIM is still hanging in there 1 for 1 with our USN. And I think that's going to be great. You know, if you're a ZIM holder, you're going to be in good shape. Med beds, I told you guys before, each person that goes into the med bed has the ability to list 6 people on a list to give to them. When you go into the med bed for your appointment, you can have 6 people that you can refer with name and phone number, should get it done. I don't think you have to go into conditions, except if it's really dire, you might want to let them know, hey, this is a guy that's got this going on, and it's a very dire circumstance. We want to make sure he gets in there right away. And I'm going to do that when I go in. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that needed to be said. Guys, I think we're looking very good, but we are looking good starting for exchanges to begin, from my understanding, the afternoon of Monday, the 4th of August. Monday, the 4th. Tomorrow's the 1st, and we know we're going to start looking for those rebate checks in the certified mail, and we're also going to be looking for those as direct deposits if you're on Social Security between now through the weekend. All right? Anything else? Let's see. Nothing else that I can think of right now that's pertinent to us.